Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Chulde.
Out of the 12 years I've been on this planet Earth, I've seen a bunch of
12, bro. 12.
relationships go into messy breakups. And I notice how cheating or being in toxic relationships aren't normal, yet they're very common. And I know it sounds confusing at first, but let me give you another example. People that doom scroll in bed until 3 a.m. is not normal, but it is very common. And when it comes to relationships nowadays, I would hear these insane stories. Like one of my homeboys would be telling me, "Yo, bro, what happened? I just found out my girlfriend kidnapped my whole family, tortured my dog, and has been cheating on me for the past 3 months." Damn, bro, that sucks. You're gonna break it off with her though, right? Nah, man, I know she ain't like that. We're gonna try to talk it out and figure something out.
Cooked. Men out there really need to learn.
Like this past week, we had some crazy stories going on about the guys out there. First of all, we got a dude cheating on his girlfriend. We got a dude allegedly assaulting their girlfriend. And we got a dude allegedly murdering his girlfriend. Now, I'm not making this up. This is the current news going on right now. Klay Thompson, the NBA basketball player, apparently cheated on the rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Evelyn Ha and Ben Pasternak broke up, and there's allegations thrown around on who abused who, and again, alleged cheating. And David the singer is currently in court over doing some evil shit that's on a whole nother level than the first two.
That last one. Woo.
So I'm gonna separate him out of the video, but I want to get into a theme that's been going on with relationships nowadays, and that's about cheating. The act of getting plowed down when you have a whole nother boyfriend or girlfriend. This happens so much. Like whenever I hear a story about a breakup, I'm not even surprised that the other person has been hooking up with their sneaking link months before they ended it. It's a cold world. I wish I could go back to the times where I thought cheating was one of the most evil things you could do in a relationship, and it
Now it's the most common thing that happens in relationships.
rarely happened. But it's as common as finding a Rattata in Pokemon. If cheating was illegal, a lot of y'all would be in jail is what I'm saying. Look at all these jokes being made when your partner goes to ASU for college. It's a canon event at this point. And people have different definitions of cheating, which makes it really confusing. But at least for me, cheating is not liking another person's post of the opposite sex, or going out to parties with a bunch of people of the opposite gender. There are a lot of things in a relationship in a gray area that doesn't have a defined label on it being good or bad. But cheating,
It's when you sleep with other people. You know, I mean, especially, I can consider cheating entertaining other people's and building a, connection with them outside of your relationship, especially if it's an opposite sex.
cheating is way outside that gray area. That's where you can say you're wrong and there's no way you can excuse that action. Because you could be unfaithful but not a cheater, you know? You can do unfaithful things but still kind of talk your way out of it.
True.
For example, if you gave out your Instagram to someone who's obviously interested in you, you can pass it off and say, "Oh, I'm just trying to be nice." But then if you start sleeping with your next door neighbor, are you just trying to be nice? For me, cheating is straight up kissing another person, sleeping with another person, or whatever this thing is. It's good to know.
Well, I mean, again, the emotional cheating thing is, I think, is a deal for us men, or when women do it.
Those small actions of being unfaithful will definitely lead to infidelity, but infidelity is the final results. The actions taken before I would not consider cheating. But with that in mind, that means cheating is never an accident. Your dick does not accidentally fucking slip into someone else's vagina, okay? That's what you hear from a porn script. In real life, there are multiple steps taken before someone cheats.
Yep.
You have to be at the place to meet that person. You have to shave down there. Maybe you're planning out the underwear you're gonna wear. You have to take off a couple pieces of clothing before you...
I don't think us men think about all that. So just saying. I don't think about the underwear I'm about to wear.
do the deed. And if during those steps there's no conscience telling you, "No, I can't do this, I have a boyfriend or girlfriend," and it doesn't stop you, then you're a cheater. What can I say? Respectfully, you're a piece of shit. And unfortunately, there are hella turds in this world, because people will go through all these steps and still choose to betray their partner. You could be the it girl, Megan Thee Stallion, one of the S tier baddies, and still get...
Who says that? Like, S tier baddie, bro? Like, yeah, she may be decent looking and have a lot of clout, but she's for the streets. She's definitely not one you would want to wife up.
cheated on. Sniper Wolf and her ex-boyfriend. There is obviously a visual difference here. Sniper Wolf is the breadwinner of the relationship, but this chud still decides to cheat. Will and Jada Smith, 6'2", handsome, rich, successful, gets the same fate as everyone else. That's what's scary about getting into relationships, because you can do everything in your power to ascend yourself and life max with success and happiness. You will always have that slim possibility of getting cheated on. Those same rich celebrities and billionaires go through the same relationship issues as every other peasant, just like us. Money and fortune does not fix this shit.
I mean, yes and no. They do go slightly different because they have a lot of money, but
I know it sounds like coping and being corny, but if you have gotten cheated on, it says a lot more about the other person's character than it has to do yourself. Cause no one was holding them at gunpoint to sleep with Jimmy down the street. They made a choice to break that trust that you guys had. And if you were the problem and they were a decent person, they would have just broke up with you. That option was always on the table, and it should have been the option they went with. Like, what are we doing dancing around with your roster and doing stuff behind your partner's back? At that point, you're putting in so much work to hide things from your partner, it's just way easier to break up anyway.
or just be straightforward about everything. This is what I always say to men, right? Like, if you're gonna do these types of things, just be straightforward about it. And if these women are okay with it, have at it. If not, then you might have to readjust.
So if breaking up is easier and it takes less effort, why do people still cheat? What is actually going on for someone to be married for 20 years and throwing it all away for a one-night stand? There's this theory I have in our society, and it's that monogamy is a social construct. Think about it. As much as we want to say,
Oh, it is. I totally agree that monogamy is a social construct. It's a construct to create stable families and stable society. Because if it wasn't, it's what's happening now, where the top 10 top tier men get all the women. That's the problem that was created before. That's why monogamy was kind of pushed into society to kind of stabilize that.
oh, I want to find the one for me. I want to live happily ever after with the love of my life. Tell me why. Almost everyone knows a friend of theirs who's gotten cheated on in a relationship or has gotten cheated on themselves. It's too common to say that it's a defect in someone. It might be a default. It was not as popular in the past to be in multiple relationships because it was looked down upon. But now that it's tolerated and normalized, so to speak, people are going crazy. New updates in the dating scene changes how we view dating. People are no longer satisfied with their one partner. They want more. They want to see what other options they can get out there. They want to try out more tits, more ass, more dick, more cock. People go into dating like how a 5-year-old goes into an ice cream shop. There are a million flavors and you want to try every single one. But after a few samples of...
He says this, but not everybody's able to sample all the flavors. Like, that's the thing. Average men aren't out there sampling. They're not at freaking Salt and Straw getting spoons full of every flavor out there. No, they're barely maybe going to get a spoonful of some leftover something, right? That's most men out there. Women kind of get the sample a little bit of everything.
Eventually, you gotta choose one and stick with it. And instead of choosing that flavor and being happy with it, they're sad because they
I still like vanilla, guys. I'm a vanilla guy all the way.
weren't sure if it was the best one because they didn't get to try the other flavors. Stick with your mint chocolate chip ice cream and be happy with it, little bro. It's a good flavor. Stop worrying about the other flavors and just enjoy your ice cream. I know it's a good mindset to always strive for the best, but love and relationships are one of the few things that shouldn't be calculated like that. I feel like people are constantly looking for a better and they forget they have a whole boyfriend or girlfriend right there in front of them who are amazing. And they still...
I think that's... I can't even say that's a bad thing to want better in a relationship. That's why you don't get into a relationship till you find someone that meets the criteria you're looking for. It's hard to be in relationships, guys. I mean, that's not hard to be in a relationship. It's hard to be in a relationship that you like and want to be in, because most relationships end up horribly.
People chose a rum raisin flavor over the mint chocolate chip because they wanted to try something new. Now, cheating is not a gender exclusive thing. Guys cheat, girls cheat, everyone is capable of cheating. But what I have noticed is guys and girls cheat differently. Guys typically cheat based on lust. They'll go to a club or bar, find someone attractive, hook up with them for the night, then go back to their girlfriend or wife like nothing happened. But girls, they will emotionally cheat first. Before anything physical happens, you can sense them slowly checking out the relationship. Like that one guy she told you not to worry about. It was fine in the beginning, but months later, you got a chair in the corner of the bedroom with your name on it. They both have pros and cons. Wait, pros and cons? They both have goods and bads to it. Usually when the guy that cheats gets caught, they'll go down on their knees begging for you to forgive them. I'm sorry, baby. It was a mistake. I'll
Yeah, because they're weak-ass men, that's why.
never do it again. But when it's a girl, they give no fucks. They mentally detached from you months ago and they're moving on with the next person. But because of that, you can typically catch a girl cheating in the relationship way easier than you can a guy. Because a guy will hook up with a person for a night and come back to you like it's a regular Tuesday. In that way, it's also scary because they could do something behind your back and you wouldn't even realize it. But they'll also still cry and break down whenever they get caught. Those are my personal observations. Let me know if you guys disagree or agree with.
I mean, from what I've noticed, yeah, a lot of men do seem to cry over cheating, which is weird to me because that's a very woman move, especially if you're the cheater. Like, come on, man.
Me in the comments. It's a trend that I noticed, but obviously it's not always how it goes. But overall, the current news going on with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson is not the first time we heard about celebrities cheating on each other, and it definitely won't be the last. Personal relationships getting aired out is never a good thing, because there's no winning these situations.
This is why you don't want to deal with a woman that blasts everything on TikTok and on the internet, right? Because you don't want all your shit out there, because sooner or later, she's not gonna like you. And that shit is not gonna be good.
People are gonna side with their fan base. Things that should have been kept private become a public headliner to monetize. It's cool sharing stories about your relationship tea sometimes, but when it's full-on internet breakup drama, it's just gonna make it way more negative than it already is.
I mean, there's this parasocial aspect of everything too. Now, because Klay Thompson cheated on Megan Thee Stallion, the S-class, B, bad B. Now all other women are gonna break up with their boyfriends because he cheated on her. Like, what?
Okay, but for those who gotten cheated on, I really feel for y'all. That is an emotionally painful experience that has you rerunning memories of that relationship, feeling hurt and sad at the same time. And it's okay to feel that way for a few months. Let yourself cry and be angry. But some genuine advice, you have to let it go and accept that.
Don't let other people see you cry though. But yes, you can cry.
At some point. Life is unfair. A year down the line, that person will forget about you and be happy in another relationship. And it will be so pathetic if you're still crying over them over what they did to you in 2021. Please do yourself a favor and release that resentment you have for them.
What do we always say? The ability to walk away. And that's from emotions, from baggage, from your past. Just walk away. Keep moving forward. Stumble a little bit. Scrape your knee. I don't care. Just keep moving forward.
Last thing you want is to turn to an incel or femcel. Other than that, cheating is a possibility that you have to accept whenever you get into a relationship. If you don't want to get cheated on, don't date. This is not me being pessimistic, this is me being realistic. It's a fact that you should be aware of and are okay with, but not let it get into your head when you're dating someone. Real love gets tested when your vulnerable side is exposed, but that can't happen if you never opened up to begin with.
No, I like this take on everything. I can kind of see through his own observation. He is a younger cat, so I can see where he's seeing these things. But I just corrected some of the stuff that I experienced myself, right? It's cheating. Of course it's a horrible thing because you're breaking people's trust, right? This is what people always want to argue is like, oh, men can cheat and women can't. And no, it's just the breaking of trust is the problem. If you want to cheat or you want to be non-monogamy, then have at it and go about it that way. But if you're monogamous and then you sleep with someone else, yeah, you broke some trust. Doesn't matter if it's okay and you can go back to her and you still love her or something. Again, it's weird. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.